Hello and welcome to another Wise Option eLearning. In today's video, we're going to be going over why we use the massive cost and price calculation tool and what's kind of the most common reasons why to use it and why it may be different for other users. So, of course, the very first thing we're going to go over is, of course, using to manage cost and price tables in a massive way, using also to control when those updates occur. And of course, being able to update for the future while not changing for past invoices. So, first and foremost, managing those cost and price tables. So, every task file in Wise Option has a cost and a price table. So, if I open up any task file here, and we'll go to one of my task files here. So as discussed previously, I've got my cost and my price rules set for my items that I wish to be updating. And of course, we want to be able to massively update these cost and price tables. And of course, the reason being is that we wouldn't want to have to go through individually, right? And look through past supplier invoices and see what we have been paying for this item. Instead, of course, we want to be able to prefer to have Wise Option do those calculations for us and for us to update these in a massive way. Because, of course, as you've been entering in those supplier invoices, Wise Option has been generating and keeping all of that data for you. So, your highest cost you pay for an item, the latest cost, even, of course, the average cost as well. And so being able then to use that data, of course, when you choose to massively, in conjunction, of course, with your cost and your price rules, to update those costs and or prices as well. Another really important thing, of course, is actually when these updates occur. So of course, when you do this massive calculation and updating your cost and your price, depending on your facility and your business, you may choose to update them more frequently or at certain times of the year. Some other softwares do these updates instantaneously. Every time you enter in a supplier invoice, the cost and the price is updated based on your cost and price rules. And one of the reasons that we don't do that in Wise Option is because our users describe to us scenarios where they want to be able to control when those costs and those price updates occur. Of course, things like updating the cost is going to affect your profitability, which may in turn affect the commission if you use Wise Option to calculate that commission. Well, of course, updating your prices is going to have a direct impact on your customers. So our users didn't want, within the same month or the same billing period, for example, one shot of Banamine to be 1050 and then the next shot of Banamine a week later to be 1075. It caused too many questions from customers, so they preferred to be able to use a massive tool such as this to be able to decide when those updates actually occur. So again, Wise Option is maintaining all your supplier averages, the highest amount, but it waits for you to do this update. So it's essentially then waiting for you to it'll analyze the data and transfer that data for future invoices, of course. And another important thing, and the last important thing about using this tool, of course, is updating for the future while not changing the past invoices. When you're doing these massive updates and massively updating the cost and the price using this calculation tool, you're not affecting any previously entered in information, previously entered in procedures, or closed invoices. So even if the invoice isn't closed, but the procedure is entered in, you updating these costs and prices is not going to affect the procedures already entered in, invoices already created. It's only going to affect from this point moving forward. Again, in future videos, we're going to talk about some ways we've seen other users utilize this tool and certain ways that some users in some industries have decided to use this tool best for them. And of course, the next video, we're going to actually be going over how this works and an overview of using the cost and price calculation tool. Of course, if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks so much.